Hi loves, thank you so much for joining me here on day 3 of my 9-day Instagram challenge. Challenge being the key word there because I've had so many video issues in the last few days. I wasn't able to pump them out successfully consecutively because of weird things happening. Like after I record, it just disappears. So I guess that just wasn't meant to go out at the time and space it was created. That's fine. All the more practice for me, right? So today I want to do something I don't normally do. I felt guided to pull a oracle card from this beautiful Work Your Light deck. It's just gorgeous. So I'm going to pick a card from that was calling to me and kind of roll through that because I feel like there's people that need to hear this message. That's simply what I want to deliver. And if you're new to my channel, before I get to that, but if you're new to my channel, my name is Teresa Brenna, and I'm the creator and starseed behind the apparel brand Starseed. I also am a spiritual intuitive coach that helps Starseed come into alignment with who they truly are and what their purpose is, their soul mission, if you will. So that is me in a nutshell, and I'm on a 9-day Instagram challenge to deliver inspirational content and higher wisdom. So I don't know if that all sounds weird to you, but I don't care. This year is all about speaking your truth. So before getting into it, again, if you're not familiar with this deck, it's called Work Your Light. And an oracle card is going to be slightly different than a tarot card. A tarot card is going to predict or speak more to the energies related to situations, people, outcomes, excuse me, that kind of thing. Whereas an oracle card is going to work from within and activate things within to come out. It's more of an inner journey that brings forward higher wisdom and concepts you normally wouldn't be able to access otherwise. So they can be very helpful in shifting perspective, helping you align on a path, helping bridge inspiration and action. Okay, so the card that popped out in my mind's eye, really, I feel really connected to these cards after working with them for about a year. So I just get to the point where I ask and the image of the card pops up. And today the message was the ever unfolding rose. Super, super beautiful. What this card relates to is the message that things are happening for you and not to you. I don't know if a lot of you have been experiencing challenges, maybe possibly heartache, headache, just toxic people in your life, situations and outcomes getting far out of hand, then just kind of like downward spiraling more and more. This message that Spirit is trying to bring forward to you is to just remind yourself that everything is happening for you. It's the darkness is always a tool to bring forward transformation. And it's one of the most effective ways in doing that. I mean, we always learn, and it feels good learning when we're in joy mode and we're in the light, so to speak. But often the darkness and those kind of shadowy elements help us to grow greater. And with it, we're able to take those lessons, love it, forgive it, and move on. So the theme for today is you're probably aligning your life with the new you that you've set the intention for 2020, right? I feel like right now is a time when, even though the cosmos and everything is in lovey-dovey energy, Venus and everything in February, I'm also sensing is that there's just gunk that's coming up to the surface that is allowing you an opportunity, as uncomfortable as it is, it's allowing you the opportunity to heal that aspect, and it's coming through in relationships with yourself and with other people. So the main encouragement I have to share is to remember that those are your tools. Those that's happening for a reason. And just like when the ego tries to take over, you don't bash it down, be like, I will not identify with you, blah, 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 and push it down. That's not going to help. You thank it for its presence and its trying everything. I really, truly believe a lot of this universe underlying has good intentions, people, and, just in general. I feel like this universe is filled with good intentions from everyone. It gets clouded and maybe somewhat distorted on delivery, but to know that these outcomes, these roadblocks, these toxic patterns that are being projected from others onto you or you back onto them, it's a cyclical cycle until it's broken. So it's offering you the opportunity to heal that once and for all. And not only do you, when you heal yourself, you and hopefully the other person directly, but also you heal the collective. You heal the world. It's just this. I'll break that down one day. But with that in mind, these cards are so beautiful that the descriptions sometimes inspire and empower a shift of perspective. I wanted to read a few lines in hopes that it helps you, because it's all about transformation. All right, so the ever-unfolding rose, when cracked open, it's happening for you, not to you. The challenge of life is to keep your heart open when you most want to close it. To let life crack you open, to open through hurt and loss, to allow what is falling to fall away. Being human is a courageous act. So I'm just going to sidebar and be like, please give yourself credit for that. It's okay to learn, and it's okay to feel all the emotions you're feeling. A life well lived is full of losses and tragedies. As much as as much as there are triumphs, there are also adventures. Wherever you find yourself at the moment, life is coaxing you to keep your heart open, no matter how much it hurts, to continuously unfold, to let life crack you open. Perhaps you're going through a difficult time right now. Instead of cursing the difficulty, see it as a blessing. To open yourself up to the truth that perhaps, as hard as it may be, life is happening for you and not to you. And one day, in a not too distant future, you may just bless this one thing that broke you open. Because the world needs you open. Now is the time to go gently. To treat yourself like a tender, sweet baby. To wrap yourself in a blanket and trust that the mother, capital M, the mother, has you cradled in her arms. The seas may not be smooth sailing, but you are safe and you are held. One day, not too far from today, you will look back at this transformation at this point, February 2020, and be blown away by the poetry of your life. Everything is going to be okay. Let it crack you open. So this is the card that wanted to be brought forward. And I just want to close with a little anecdote that's perfectly relevant for me right now about that card. I am dealing or have been dealing with some toxicity around me, directly and indirectly from just all fronts. And my friend and I just did a beautiful clearing ceremony. And I don't normally do these things. In fact, I have never really done it, but I just knew the energy needed to be cleared. You can just feel the heaviness. And I am approaching a solution and an outcome to close these situations tomorrow. And I want to make sure I'm in a really good headspace, in a non-reactive mode. And just really vibe high from that perspective to walk away from it. And because I've identified that is the best thing for me, I'm going to cut ties with that toxic relationship. And I also encourage you to look at all your relationships, and if there's any right now that are not serving you and you're not serving them, they're worth re-examining, because whatever you hold on to, the energy can be an anchor or it can help you fly. And if it's anchoring you, pulling you down, preventing you from soaring up to your higher aspirations in pursuit of your wishes, dreams, and desires, then that's taking up space. And this is a perfect time, beginning of February, to prune. January was all about setting the intentions. You're like, yeah, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. This is the kind of life I want. And then we forget we have to do all the work to align with that. So I think that's why that card is coming out strong today. A lot of you may be facing some challenges. I know Mercury's going to go into retrograde later on this month. So this is just kind of a pre-transformative month, getting ready, kind of nesting in a way, just making sure you have all your maybe physical space even, but you're holding space in your energy, your vortex, to take on all the good things, the new energy that is going to align you with your desires. So if this is inspirational or helpful at all, a couple tips I have for clearing is sage your entire house, sage yourself. And we actually felt it was necessary just because there was so many toxicity or toxic things going on around us. And we just felt it was necessary to write down. It was just really intense. So we wrote down all the things we wanted to let go. And if you're familiar with a burning bowl ceremony, it's kind of similar to that. You just simply write down what you want to release, and then you burn it in a safe container you can burn in. We use a crock pot. Very, very resourceful here. And upon doing so, we just used our intuition, but it's like that effective. We all have tools within us more than we know. But if you would like me to go more in depth about that, let me know in the comments. Otherwise, there's so many resources. You could just Google, like burning bowl ceremony, how to facilitate. And the main idea, what you're trying to do is you burn it, is you say what you're releasing and why, and to whom. Be as thorough as you want. I honestly be as thorough as you can be. So we did the burning bowl, and then second part is, I don't know why, but just randomly I was guided to take a bowl, put that under an image of sacred geometry of the flower of life. I will go into that one day as to what the significance of that is. But I also put all these wonderful quartz crystals in there. Basically, we were supercharging this water between the quartz crystals and the flower of life, because water is an absorbent element and quartz is an absorbent crystal. In essence, it will amplify the energies around it. So always keep those babies charged with good energy. Anyway, charge the water and set it with good intentions and blessings of what you want to do, how you want to move forward with the future. And then we drank it. So it sounds more simple than what was really taking place. Just know your intentions always, that's where the energy is going. I hope that's helpful. I hope it helps you move through any blockages, challenges, maybe helps you gain some insight that this is happening to other people, and even when you least expect it, even when you're vibing high and you're on a good path. Things like this are happening right now to help you align with all the great, wonderful things you've already built up in your vortex, if you will. And we're just waiting for you to release the anchors that are holding you down, the things that no longer, you identify with or will not be identifying with, so you can step into the highest version of yourself. I hope that helps you get some perspective and taking it with grace. And that just the mantra of think this is happening for me, not to me, has been the reason why I created this graphic years ago and turned it into a fun sticker to keep me reminded that when these challenges come up, there's a lesson involved. That's great. Able to take that lesson, love it, transmute it, and take with it the gift, even though it's super uncomfortable. Once you clear out energy, that will also be another part of the series. I'm going to talk about how to clear your energy and give a little tutorial about that, because it's super, super important. More important, it's just right up there with exercise, daily exercise and drinking water. Anyway, I hope this is helpful, and I hope those bring forward some encouragement and insights. Again, this is a 9-day series, so I'll see you tomorrow with more wisdom and inspiration. Have a good one.